We are live. Let me double check this, take a look, and make sure that we are live. But the topic of today is Pacquiao against Barrios. That's a fight that's coming up later this month. So that's what we're gonna get into in this video. Just bear with me for a moment. Going to make sure that we are live. Okay, cool. It looks like, yep, it looks like we're live. Yep, that's my laptop right there, making sure that we are live. So we have Manny the Pac-Man Pacquiao, who has been boxing for over a decade, maybe 2 decades. Been boxing for a while against Mario Barrios. Barrios, Mexican warrior, shows up, shows out, throws punches in bunches. Pacquiao, we know what to expect when Manny Pacquiao gets in the ring. Um, a lot, a lot, a lot of heart. At this point in Pacquiao's age, that might be all that is left in the tank. Pacquiao, I've been watching a film study of Pacquiao in training camp, and unfortunately, the speed does not appear to be there. The reflexes are kind of there, but it is completely different when you are hitting a heavy bag, hitting the mitts, have a fighter swinging it your way. In this case, it'll be Barrios swinging at Manny Pacquiao. So we have an interesting matchup coming up. Pacquiao, Barrios. Look, overall, I think this is a good matchup for Pacquiao. If he is looking to come back to the sport of boxing, Barrios has a Mexican style. We know that Pacquiao has been very successful against Mexican fighters, again, fighters who come in and have a phone booth fight, go toe to toe. But again, that's the old Manny Pacquiao. I'm talking about the Pacquiao from 10 years ago who would go in there, throw punches in bunches, utilize his footwork, utilize his angles, and would just punish his opponent via flurries and flurries and flurries of punches. But in this case, we have an older Pacquiao. An older Pacquiao, I'm wondering how much left is in the tank because Mario Barrios, he is fresh. He's around maybe early 30s, late 20s. He is going to be the fresh fighter. We have youth against experience. And look, big Pacquiao fan here. Pacquiao, one of my favorite fighters of all time, and I would just hate to see him go out like this. And what I mean is that we've seen so many great fighters, so many of those legendary boxers go out on their shield. We saw Chavez, De La Hoya. We've seen so many fighters just go out, take a beating. And unfortunately, that's the one thing about the sport of boxing. As a person who used to put on gloves, who used to box, I know that every once in a while I still do some shadow boxing. I still think I have it mentally and from an emotional, spiritual, and a heart perspective. Kind of want to get back in the ring. Want to get back into a sparring session, but as you get older, things change. Your body change. Everything is different. And Pacquiao's probably thinking that he can go in there and be a vintage Pacquiao. But I'm telling you, at 48, not 48, is it 48? Yeah, no, 44. I think he's gonna be 44, mid 40s. Let's just say mid 40s. At his mid 40s, when he step inside the square circle, is going to be a shocking reality. Look, I haven't heard a fighter, a boxer, an expert in business who is not supporting Pacquiao. Everyone wants to see a vintage Pacquiao. Everyone wants to see that retro Manny Pacquiao who gets in the ring, puts up a fight, and all the fans are loving it. The crowd is going wild. That's what folks want to see. That's what I want to see. But the reality of things is that Pacquiao may have a boxing session where all of a sudden he gets old overnight. And we saw that happen when Oscar de la Hoya fought Pacquiao. Oscar got old overnight. Even though back in the day we used to see the Golden Boy throw punches in bunches, utilize the ring, fight on his toes, move around, use his jab, different angles against a younger, fresher fighter like Manny Pacquiao. Oscar got old overnight, and it was sad to see. So, look, I wouldn't want that to happen to Manny Pacquiao. And fortunately, if you're a fighter of the caliber of Pacquiao, he knows how to get in the ring, and even though he might not be able to win the fight, he knows how not to get hurt, how to stick, how to move, how to clinch, how to utilize the ropes, how to take break in between rounds. And a veteran fighter like Manny Pacquiao has many tools in his toolbox to make it through the night. But this is going to be very telling in the sport of boxing. I'm wondering if there should be a cutout age where fighters are no longer getting licensed to fight in the sport of boxing. Might be because they're simply just way beyond their prime. They are past the hill. And, you know, if there were something like that in the sport of boxing, let's say some best practices after a certain age, you can't no longer fight. I would assume that boxers, fighters, they will be more responsible with their finances. That's the other thing that concerns me. I don't know if Pacquiao is coming back to fight because of a financial issue. Is he coming back because he needs the money? Is he coming back because he loves the sport of boxing? Is he coming back because he believes that his body still has gas in the tank? No one really knows. I hope he's coming back because he believes that he still has gas in the tank and not because he needs the money. On the other hand, we have Mario Barrios, who he has been in a few interesting fights against Javante Tank Davis, against Ugas, against Keith Thurman. He is a well battlefield tested fighter at this point, but he hasn't been in the ring against a legend. And even though both of these fighters respect each other, Barrios shows tremendous amount of respect and admiration towards Manny Pacquiao. I do believe that Barrios is going to attempt to get Pacquiao out of there, not just via a split decision, but he is going to look to knock out Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Because having Pacquiao on your resume, that is something that is a shiny little gold medal that you can showcase on your resume forever. And I'm sure that Mario Barrios is going to be looking for that. But folks, let me know your thoughts, what you think in the comment section below. Um, Heavy hitter in the house. Haven't been doing boxing videos like I used to, but looking to get back into it slowly. I'm slowly transitioning from doing daily videos to doing more live videos. Live videos are a little bit more engaging. If there's a topic, a comment, anything you want me to address in the boxing world, post it in the comment section below. We can chop it up, we can discuss it, we can talk about it. But that's it for today. Pacquiao against Barrios. Myself, I'm going to be rooting for the Pac-Man, one of my favorite fighters of all time. But being realistic, I do believe this is a dangerous fight for the Pac-Man. Going to leave it at that. Peace.